To deaf and dumb.
That's like the most
I
pathetic
know.
version of that I've ever heard.
I'm
Here, want me to do it for you?
I'm sick.
You're sick. Daniel's sick, so I will do the open. Hello and welcome
That wasn't as good as I normally would do it.
to Deaf and Dumb. I'm Dudley May.
And I'm Daniel May.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Yeah, as I'm sure everyone will be able to tell,
Uh-huh.
I am
Daniel
sick.
is sick.
I am sick.
He's sick.
I'm so
It is
sick.
Christmas Day as we are recording this.
It is.
it'll
It's
be come
Christmas
out
Day.
The day after Christmas, but
Yeah,
Daniel's sick on Christmas.
I am sick on Christmas. I was sick yesterday too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick today.
It is his Christmas present this year
To be sick.
to be sick.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got a pile of Kleenexes next to me
Uh-huh.
and some water to stay hydrated.
We're gonna get all kinds of great sound
Yeah,
effects.
we're
in
gonna
this
get all
episode.
kinds of noises from me.
So if you're doing a movie and you need sniffles, coughs, or sneezes,
Hey.
this is a good place to get it.
It worked for General Grievous. I must be sick. I'm making references to the Star Wars prequels.
To Star Wars prequels.
That's bad.
Arguably a good part of the Star Wars prequels.
I mean, it's one of my favorite parts, but the rest of the movie sucked.
Yeah. We have friends that would argue with you.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say friends.
A friend.
A friend.
A friend would argue with us.
But anyway,
Anyway,
this is not a show.
this is not a show.
Moving on.
Moving on.
So, how's your computer situation going?
Not great. So I thought it was the motherboard,
Yeah.
and I got the motherboard back.
Yeah, you sent it off.
I sent it
you
off.
already made it.
I got it back,
Mm-hmm.
and it still didn't work.
Nope.
And so I thought maybe it's the processor. So I tried out a different processor.
Yes.
Still same problem.
No change.
You came in Friday.
Yeah, I came.
And
I was on the way in Friday.
We almost have the same computer.
Yeah,
we have
our
a lot of the
computer's
same
basically identical except for a few minor
Yeah,
things.
I have a different motherboard, but I used to have the same motherboard as you.
Yeah, but as we talked about on the show before, it was giving you trouble.
Yeah, so
And then
I
you
had switched to this one, which has worked great until now.
Yeah.
So me and you put our computers side by side. I went through every part, tested them.
We would
No change.
We
at
started
all.
with the power supply and we worked our way through some other stuff and didn't change.
Tested everything, nothing changed. So it has to be the motherboard.
It's got to be. It can't
So-
be anything else. That's the only thing that was consistent.
I
whole
contacted the manufacturer again
Mm-hmm.
and told them that it still didn't work and
Yeah.
that and so they said, okay, we'll send it back. And I said, well, what am I going to do when y'all get it and say, oh, it works fine, and send it back to me a second time? And and I was guaranteed that they would either fix it or replace it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they just replace it.
Did you save that check box?
I didn't. I should have.
You should have. And
I-
they should keep it on record.
They
Most
they
times
do.
They do.
Uh,
So
they
I would
do.
be like,
I know they
okay.
keep it. So hopefully, and I didn't rush ship it or anything. I just sent it off, and they'll get it by the end of the week. And so maybe in a couple of weeks I'll have it back, and my computer will be up and running. But I do have a computer right now because at least for the week.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have graciously and magnanimously let me borrow your computer.
Yes.
So we took the hard drives out of mine and stuck it in yours, and it's basically like my computer's working.
Yeah. It's basically the same thing. It's like your
I mean,
computer
I
didn't
noticed
die at all.
it seems a little slower.
No, it doesn't.
Seems like it doesn't have as much memory.
Oh. Well, that is true. But I doubt you noticed.
Maybe half as much.
I doubt you noticed that. I seriously doubt it.
It just doesn't feel like 32 gigs.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you don't know how it
I
is.
don't even think I have 16. I think I have 12.
Really? Oh, it's just it's just dragging by, Dudley.
No, I have 16 because I have 4 4s.
Uh-huh.
Because it wouldn't make sense for me to have 4 3s. That'd be weird.
No, I don't think they make those.
Yeah, so it's got to be 16.
Um.
But you've been able to play some games on it.
Yeah, because you're so generous. And I have a functioning computer right now. I got so since the reason you're being so nice is because you're still working next week.
Yeah, I get 2 days off for Christmas and New Year's, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm off for another week and a half.
Yeah.
With no computer to play games, so you were just like, well, I haven't been playing them much. You can borrow mine.
Yeah.
And so
I had brought
will
it
actually,
anyways.
Yeah.
In because we were gonna test it, parts and stuff. So I was just like, I'll just leave it. I'll be back for New Year's. So
yeah. And I'll
just leave it, and you can play
maybe
for the week. What?
No, nothing.
You're gonna give it back to me next week.
I'm just sniffly.
Because I've already got a list of games building that I'm like, man, I shouldn't have left. Shouldn't leave this computer.
And also, I didn't even think about my Christmas gift to you.
Yeah, which I opened today.
Yeah,
is a Steam gift card.
Yeah.
And there's a Steam sale going on right now, so I could easily buy like 5 new games today, and I won't be able to play it for a week.
Well, I mean, there's no rush. And also, our dear friend, our dear buddy,
buddy
Seth, over in Wacko. We talked about him last week.
Yeah, we talked about him a few times.
He surprised us and sent us some Christmas gifts as well. He gifted us some things on Steam.
Yeah, he sent both of us 2 games.
Yeah.
Which we have talked about on the show.
All of things that we have talked about.
One of them he sent me was Deus Ex: Mankind Divided.
Yeah.
Which I played a little bit on your copy, but I hadn't bought my own.
Well, we were standing in the kitchen. You were like, Seth just sent me Deus Ex, and I'm like, well, that's cool. And then I'm like, I looked at my phone out and looked, and sure enough, he had sent me some games as well. He sent me Halcyon 6. That game I talked to a little while ago that I was intrigued by. Well, I have a copy of it. I just downloaded it, so I'll have to check it out. This week I'll definitely be checking it out. It looks really cool. And
then he also sent us another game that we talked
sent
about
us both of us
just last week or week before.
A couple of weeks ago. Genital Jousting. And I reduced Dudley to giggles. Yes, he sent us each a copy of Genital Jousting so that we can play together. We can both have so much fun together. Yeah, we can
Yes, joust
their genitals. That should be fun.
So we're gonna have to play it now that we have it.
It was funny because we were standing in the kitchen talking to our mother when this all happened, and we were just like laughing. And our mom said, "What? What game did you say?" And of course, I was like, "It's genital jousting." So I had to explain her to her what
she wanted to see a.
Yeah, she wanted a demo. She wanted to see it. So I never did get around to showing it to her. I'll have to show.
Well, we had other family here, so probably best.
There were some families around we didn't necessarily want to show it to, so we held off a little bit.
But I guess that's gonna happen later.
Yeah. So yeah.
So thank you, Seth.
Thank you very much, Seth. You were awesome. You're a good friend. I wish we had sent you something. Maybe we'll have to do something for you.
I feel bad now.
Well, yeah. He's going to PAX with us.
Yeah, the plan is he's going to PAX with us.
Yeah.
I had an extra ticket. I've been trying to get him to go for the last 2 years.
Yeah, since we've been going.
And I finally was like, hey, you want to go?
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know. His job is a little difficult for him to get away. And I was like, he wasn't sure. He can't commit. And then finally I was just like, well, you want to try? Worst comes to worst, I'll give it to somebody else last minute. And which I did last year.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, screw it. Let's do it. And so he's, as of now, going. So I'm very excited.
It is very exciting. I'm excited. I hope he does come.
He's one of our friends that we've known a while. And he plays
we went to school. We met him in college. And we've known him for a long time. We've played games with him. He's an enthusiast.
We don't get to see him often enough.
No, he's off in Wacko.
He's off, in the fantasy land of Wacko, where weird things happen.
Yeah, all kinds of weird things. Mostly robberies.
And explosions. That's a sore subject.
Yeah,
So, okay. So those are the games we've gotten.
Yeah.
What have we been playing?
Which I don't know. We may get more because our larger family Christmas isn't happening until tomorrow.
We're having it a day
so the day
late.
this episode airs is when we'll find out when we. So if we get something really cool, which I have my fingers crossed for a few things, but I don't know what they are.
Mm-hmm. I know what they are.
Yeah, you know, because you were privy to that information.
Uh-huh.
I am not, and I'm curious, and it's weird. Usually I know what I'm getting most years, and this year I'm not 100% sure. I think I know, but I'm not really sure. I'm uncertain.
Well, so you have a history of getting bad gifts. So it seems like for the last several years, you basically made sure you get what you want.
I do have a history of getting... I've gotten a lot of terrible gifts.
We won't name names.
We don't know names, but I've gotten some awful sweaters that were large enough for my father to wear.
Or small enough for a child.
Or, like, just really random stuff. And so, and I don't think I'm hard to buy. I'm not hard to buy.
No,
not
really.
I like games, and I know it's sometimes outside the price range, but, gift cards are always good.
Yeah.
But,
I kind of circumvented this several years ago because I always found it difficult to ask for certain things because I always think they're too expensive or whatever. So what I started doing was, Amazon has, the wish list. So I just pile everything on there. I usually update it once a year before Christmas. And
that's your, here, buy me anything.
I was like, anything on this list is fine, buy me. And it has a range of stuff. But the problem I found this year, and you've kind of pointed it out.
You sent it to me as well this year because I had your name to buy you a gift. And I was like, okay. When I looked at your list, and it was all either really cheap, $10 things,
or really expensive,
or really expensive like cameras and stuff. And I'm like, there's no reasonable ground in the middle here. So I was like, do I buy you a whole bunch of little things, or do I buy you, Well, I ended up getting you. Your main gift was actually
a Machikoro expansion.
Yeah, the expansion for Machikoro.
Yeah, we haven't played yet, but hopefully we'll get to play this evening.
Yeah.
I'm excited. We have played it before. It's the Millionaire Row.
Yeah.
Which I should have wrote it down. I think I'm saying that right. But yeah, it's an expansion to Machikoro, which I like, and I think we talked about it on the show.
Yeah,
before.
we have. We've talked about Machikoro a couple of times. I also talked about how I always win Machikoro.
Yeah, I really like Machikoro. It's a fun game.
Mostly because I win a lot.
But one thing I like about it, the expansion, is it does change the game a lot.
Yeah, it does.
And it makes it worth playing either with or without the expansion.
Yeah.
Because most games just add new cards,
This one adds new cards, you either play it or you don't.
Yeah. It adds new cards, but also changes mechanics
of the game. The whole mechanic of the game. Because in the original game, it lays out setting up certain cards are all laid on the table, and it's always the same cards, and so you kind of build up your strategy. While with the expansion, the cards get laid out randomly, and you don't know what card's going to show up, and they aren't always there, and so
it changes the gameplay a lot.
It makes the terrain uncertain. And I like that.
Yeah,
it's cool.
So I'm looking forward to playing that.
Yeah, we definitely. Well, maybe we'll play it tonight.
And then let's see. What were we talking about before that? Before we got on to the
again, gifts, terrible gifts.
Oh, terrible gifts.
Yeah, you made a wish list.
So I realized this year that my wish list wasn't very good because it was either too cheap or too high. Yeah, because I hadn't had to update it a whole lot over the years. That all the the reasonable price stuff has been bought and taken off the list. So I got to add more stuff to it. But
I had that problem. I looked at it like there's nothing reasonable, so I got you the expansion for Machikoro, which is wasn't too expensive.
No, it's not.
And then I got you a good sized Steam gift card.
Yes,
which I knew was a good choice.
Oh yeah,
there's a bunch of games.
Yeah, there's so many games. Yeah. Every game on my wish list except for one is on sale right now with the winter sale.
Oh yeah.
So I'll probably buy a couple of those, and then I'll probably buy that's the same thing as my Amazon wish list.
Yeah.
It's stuff I wouldn't mind having, but I'm not going to buy it myself.
Yeah.
So I probably won't buy half that stuff. I'll buy some new stuff or other things with it. So yeah. So we played a board game. Yesterday.
Did we?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Daniel's in a sick-like state.
Yeah, we did play a board game.
We played a couple of board games.
We played a couple of board games.
We played Codename.
Codename, which we've talked about before.
We've talked about it before.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's a favorite of our sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Bro Rob's wife.
Rob's wife.
What's she? Brob wife.
Brob wife.
What's her name? Well, you gotta have a weird.
Brob wife.
Brob wife. Bro wife.
Bro wife. Brob wife. Her name's Sam.
Her name's Sam. Sam-in-law.
Sam-in-law.
She likes this game, but she doesn't seem very good at it. Or, okay, her and Robert together don't seem very good at it.
Yeah, her and Rob.
We played it. We played 3 games. With me and you as teams.
Yeah.
And then Robert and Sam as teams.
Yeah.
And they won the first game.
Yes.
But then we beat them 2 times in a row.
Yes. We did well. Those other 2 games, they were very good at helping us, though. They were very good at picking our code names.
Yeah. So it was pretty fun. Oh, here comes one. Get ready. Get ready to hit record.
No, it's not happening.
Okay, false alarm. It's just a little cough. Nothing else. No sneeze. But I guarantee you there'll probably be one. So keep your record button ready.
Or who runs a recording button? I mean, they have a copy of it. It's what they're listening to is a recording. They're not going to record a recording.
I don't know.
This isn't a live broadcast, Emily.
This isn't live?
No. Not yet.
I don't understand this.
Okay.
Moving on. So yeah, Codenames, good game.
Yeah, we play Codenames. That's a fun game.
It's always funny seeing what. I had a good time watching them play because I had most half the time I didn't know what the words were, so I was just sitting there, and then Robert would make a suggestion, a word and a number, and then Sam would pick what's obviously the right choice for her.
Yeah.
Because it would be like education, and she's a teacher, so
Yeah.
She picked the word kid.
Yeah.
That wasn't it.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I could most of the time I was like, oh, I know what Robert was going for, but I could immediately see that was going to cause a problem.
Yeah, which you're pretty bad about doing too.
I am bad about that, but I'm not that bad.
You go, I have a good one, and you say some word and 2, and then you immediately realize there's a third one.
I had a really good one though.
What was
it? Let me think. It was I've already forgot.
Working on sick brain.
What was it?
Welcome to Dead Air.
I've gone blank.
Well,
my head's full of.
We'll just take your word on it. Daniel had a good one.
Everyone. Robert said it was good. Sam said it was good. You said it was good. Everyone said it was good.
Okay, everyone's in agreement. Daniel played well.
I played well. I played well.
But yeah, we played it, and then we took another stab at Joking Hazard.
Yes, we did.
From Cyanide and Happiness, which we talked about. It's a relatively new game I just got a couple weeks ago. And we played it.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah, it's always fun.
It's funny. I'm wondering about it though. Now that we've seen a lot of the cards, if it still is funny. And we had some good laughs. We still had some really good laughs.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't have as many laughs as we did the first time we played.
I think it's really easily to and if you heard that burp, I'm sorry.
Heard what?
That burp.
No, you're burping too?
Yeah, I'm just having all kinds of problems.
God, is it bad enough? You're sniffling and coughing and sneezing. We don't need burps too.
It's really easy.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes the cards just work against you in that there's a lot of cards that are just like basic phrase or kind of a setup card.
Yeah.
And it's really easy as you end up a whole bunch of setup cards and you don't have any real punchline cards that'll work really well as a punchline.
Yeah. That
you can end up with some just kind of mediocre or kind of just, okay, not, you can see a little bit of humor to it, but otherwise it's just like laugh out loud or anything. But there were some good ones.
It's like waiting for those really good ones.
Yeah, and all those games I think are that way. It's just like you're
true.
waiting for the really good one.
I think it would be interesting, which we didn't follow the rules again. The whole thing is that you stop, whoever gets the 3 points win.
Yeah.
Which can happen pretty quick with so few players.
Well, yeah, we were only playing with 4 players. We need to get a group together and play with
it'd be really good for an 8-player
Because then we'll cycle the cards a lot faster.
We'll see more
We'll see a lot. Yeah. So like the problem is with only 4 people, if everyone ends up with a whole hand of mediocre or setup cards, then there's no big punch. While if you have like 7 people, one of them's bound to have a really good punchline.
Yeah.
So
I have to find myself when I'm playing a game is not to try to do a joke when I'm setting it up.
Yeah, I have that.
I have that problem because I want to make something funny.
Yeah.
And then so I had to find myself almost making a punch on two panels.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times.
I don't need to do that.
I set it up
I need
as a two-panel joke comic instead of like, okay, I'm not letting it set up to them to make a good
You gotta be, when you're the judge, you gotta be willing to not be the one that makes the joke and do a good setup and then hope someone else will deliver the wonderful. Just, wonderful. Lean into the mic while you do that. Let's get a full...
I'm not gonna lean into the mic.
Come on. If you're gonna do it, or gonna hear it, you might as well get a full effect. That was Daniel blowing his nose. Daniel's auditioning for a cough syrup commercial. This is his demo reel.
From Mucinex.
Mucinex.
It obviously
get that
clearly
shit out of your
doesn't
nose.
work. Mucinex, get that shit out of your nose.
Our first sponsor. I'm sorry, I'm having so much fun at your misfortune. Anyway, so you got to be a good setup. You got to be a good.
You gotta hold back when you're setting it up because you want them to give the best jokes.
Yeah.
Because we had a couple of hands where, like for example, I set one up, it wasn't that great, and then it ended up with the three third panels were all not great, and I'm sitting there going, none of these are that good. I don't know which one to pick, and I just end up just picking one that I did,
which was always a wrong one because it wasn't mine.
Well, anytime I can choose one that's not yours, it's the right one.
It's the wrong one.
That's all a matter of perception.
That's all a matter of humor.
No. You're mostly not funny.
I'm pretty hilarious.
Well, you are pretty.
Yeah, thank you. That's nice. I like where this goes. Oh, man. So we had fun with that. Maybe we can get a bigger game of that at some point. New Year's is coming up. Maybe we can get some people over.
Yeah, we need to do that.
We need to try to get some people. A group of people play some more games.
Yeah,
for the bring in the new year.
Yeah.
What else did you play this week?
Most of this week I spent playing Super Mario Run.
Yes, on iOS.
On iOS, on my iPhone, and I like it a lot.
It's good.
I get a little frustrated at it sometimes because I'm getting obsessive with it.
Oh, yeah?
I paid for it. Did we go? Had I paid for it last week?
No.
Okay. Well, I have. Yeah, I paid for it. I paid the $10 to get all the world. I dropped the dough because what happened was I did. World 1. Before you pay for it, all you have access is all the 3 levels of the main levels of World 1.
Yes.
You can play 20 seconds of the boss level, but that's it.
Yeah.
And so I had literally played through all 3 levels, and then because there's 3 stages to each level where you can collect the colored coins. It starts with a purple one,
which is the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess. I don't know.
Is to get all the gold, all the different types of coins. There's 3 different ones.
I don't know if that's the ultimate goal, but it's my goal.
Okay.
And so I was, because I played through all the levels, and then I went back and started playing through them again, each one again, collecting. There's 3 stages of 3 versions of the levels where you're collecting 3 sets of colored coins.
Yeah. So
and
there's
so
3
it's
coins.
you start with a purple
one, yeah.
And then you go once you get all those in one run, then it unlocks the next one, which is the dark purple, and then once you get all those, you get
a green one.
Green ones, and it puts the coins in different places, and it makes you try different tricks.
It changes the level
the level a little bit
cool.
too, yeah. And so it's really cool, and so it kind of shakes it up a little bit. So I collected all 3 coin sets in all the first 3 levels, and I was sitting there going,
I want more.
And then I also was like, I played the rally a little bit, but that was just like, I just want more. I want all the other levels. So I paid the $10 or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and got all the levels, and now I've been playing them. I've been kind of rationing them. I could have just played through them all already, but I haven't. I've been playing through a bunch of them, and then I'll go back and start replaying them, collecting all the coins, and I'm liking it a lot. It is an excellent game. I would say it's the 2016 best game to play while you're pooping.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Solid.
as it advertised, it only requires one hand to play.
It does only count one hand.
Uh-huh.
So you can wipe
I have
and play
at
the same time.
I have, technically it only requires one fingers. I have laid it on a table, and I've just been sitting there tapping on my screen playing.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, 'cause
you
only
don't
have
even
to
need a
touch
whole
it.
hand,
Yeah.
just a finger,
Just a
and
finger.
you can
So
play
you,
it.
in theory, could play with your nose.
I mean, maybe,
You could just touch your nose to the screen.
probably, yeah.
Could you play with other appendages?
I'm sure there are lots of them we could come up with, but
Uh-huh.
let's move on.
I'm thinking of one.
Your tongue.
Up, you got it. I have played Super Mario Run as well.
Yeah, but you have not purchased.
I did not purchase
have not
it.
given
I
it-
have not given in.
You have not made us a financial sacrifice.
Yes. I did not buy it. I'm still on the 3 levels.
Uh-huh.
I've only played a little bit. I've done through all the first 3 levels,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm going back and doing the bonus, or the whatever
Yeah.
you call them, the other coin version. of
Yeah,
them.
whatever you want to call it.
And I've done a couple of those.
Yeah.
So I guess when I finish that, if I still feel the urge, I'll play it. But I have other stuff to play. So.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, I played Pokemon.
yeah. I picked it up today.
You haven't been playing it.
I haven't been. I don't know why.
I haven't played in a week, but when I brought it with me this weekend, and
Yeah.
I've been playing it a lot.
Yeah, I need to play it more. I
it's
don't
good.
know. I keep saying that. I've been saying that for weeks now, and I did pick it up and play it a little bit today, and I'll try to play it some more.
Of course, I say it's good, but I find myself drifting off on the story and not realizing how I got some places.
Yeah. How did I get here?
Literally.
Letting the Pokemon go by.
I was playing it today, and literally wait, why am I here? Because there's a point where the story is kind of starts moving.
Yeah,
And it's kind of like, oh, you're ready to do this, and yes, and then, but I was only half paying attention to what people were saying, and I got confused. Wait, I thought I was going to fight so and so, and now I'm in so-and-so's other place.
Uh-huh.
And then there's like this big twist, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. But I was lost for a little bit. I had no idea what was going on, just because I kind of got in that mode of just pressing A and skipping through the text.
Oh, no.
And not reading it.
Yeah, whatever.
Like story, whatever.
I'm story here, whatever. I'm just here to collect Pokemon.
It really is exactly what I'm doing. Like the story is just secondary.
While we're on Pokemon, let's talk about a problem.
A problem.
There's a serious problem among us in our midst.
Oh yeah.
I understand that you played Brob. Like you had a competition of Pokemon versus Pokemon in battle.
Yeah.
And that he beat you because of a specific Pokemon.
Yes.
And that I think we should
it's
make
pretty
a public outcry, and
Okay.
tell Brob to stop using this fucking Pokemon.
He's been using the Ash Greninja
Yes.
that you get for free if you play the demo,
Yes.
and then you get it.
Yeah.
Um,
Shit's broken.
that thing will kick your ass upside sideways no matter what.
Yeah.
And it's kind of unfair.
Yeah.
It's
Because you're
really-
higher level than him.
I was higher level, and then I made one mistake of throwing the wrong Pokemon out, and then it just screwed me.
Yeah.
And that was it. And so when he threw that out there, he just kicked my ass, and
Yeah.
he killed like 3 Pokemon in a row. Like,
Yeah.
and it was nothing.
That
and
seems
I was
to be
kind
the
of
case.
pretty
Every
mad
time I've
about
seen him pull it out, it just boom, he just killed
that.
everything.
Yeah, and it wouldn't bother me if he just kicked my ass, but you get that one for free.
Yeah.
And
he didn't make that one.
You didn't
go catch it.
You didn't go catch it. You didn't put the effort. You didn't level it up. I mean, you do, but it starts at level 36.
Oh wow!
When you get them,
I don't have anything that's level 36.
and I'm just like, I don't know. It just kind of bugged me. Now, in the same vein, the free Pokemon that had the thing where you get the Munchlax.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing. I still use Snorlax. I've had him from the beginning of the game, and he is my first Pokemon out of the gate.
I
every
boxed
time.
him.
Because
I used Munchlax for a while. But then I boxed him because because he was just a normal type, and I needed type diversity.
I still use him. He kicks ass.
Yeah.
Because he's tough.
Yeah.
He's normal, so most things don't have an advantage over him.
Yeah.
But he got some pretty tough moves.
Yeah. And
he's great for Pokemon catching.
Oh, yeah?
Because he has a move called Hold Back.
Yeah, he does.
Which will keep it from dropping to below 1.
Yeah.
So he's my first one out when I'm out. He catches all my Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then he can take a beating, too. So things will hit on him, and I use Metronome a lot.
Yeah.
Which is a random move and usually does well.
Yeah.
And in fact, I went through a whole, I'm pretty sure supposed to be a pretty tough area, mostly just using him. And I'm like...
Yeah, that's, I think, part of the reason I boxed him, because I wanted more diversity in the types, and also I just felt like he was a little too strong.
Yeah,
but I do miss Hold Back, because that is super useful when trying to catch Pokemon.
Hold Back is very nice. It's very useful. Now, in my defense as well, all my Pokemon are like 10 levels higher than the Pokemon I'm fighting in the game, so, because I've got them pretty high.
Yeah.
So nothing's really that challenging. Because I'm good at the game.
Okay.
I'm so good at it. Most good.
Most good.
So yeah, I've been playing it. I've made some great strides.
Great strides for Pokemon kind.
I am on the 4th island now. So I'm getting there.
I've been playing Picross. Picross 7, I think it is.
Yeah. Because you got this. When did you get it?
I got it a week or so ago.
Yeah, it's on the DS.
What happened was I was pining for Pokemon Picross, and that's been here for a while, hasn't it?
No. Oh. What? You talking about my cup?
Yeah.
No, it's empty. I drank all my water. I'm so thirsty.
Oh, you want some of this water?
No.
I'll share.
That's disgusting. You disgust me.
It's good water, I swear.
I haven't drank it.
No, anyway, I've been pining after Pokemon Picross, which I have completed.
Yeah, I have too.
Just had nothing to do with. And so I was wanting more of it, and then I saw, hey, there's Picross 7. It's, I guess, fairly new. I don't know.
It's the new one, yeah.
It's the newest one. Mm-hmm. And it was on this eShop. And since I had some extra cash left over, because I'm an idiot and don't know how to use Nintendo eShop.
Yeah, because I found out that there is a add needed funds button.
Yeah, I swear that button wasn't there. But anyway, so I spent the little extra bit of money I had on on my account buying Pokemon Moon to buy this game, because it was like $6, right?
Yeah.
And so I bought it.
$5.99, yeah.
Yeah, and I've been playing it. I like it. And I like Picross. So
you were playing it, and I was like, let me see this.
Yeah.
And then I went and looked, and then I realized that you had got the newest one.
Yeah.
There's 7.
Yeah.
There are 6 other ones before it.
Yeah.
So I bought the first one, and it's called Picross E. It's just the first one, and then after that it's Picross E, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, which is the one you have. Picross E.
Picross E.
So it's good. It's just like it's just like the same as Pokemon Picross. It's just
without
it doesn't have the Pokemon theme, and you don't have the whole freemium element to it, so you can just keep playing as much as you want.
Yeah, and you don't have the power-up things.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a little thing that'll let you, like, give you a hint starting off, but I never use it.
I never use it either.
I just use my own brain.
Yeah,
Which you can't turn it off. You were asking me,
because it asks me
if you go into
every time.
settings, or at least in 7, there's a setting in the settings pause menu that you can turn
Okay, I'll have to look at that, because it kind of annoys me to ask me if I
it
want
asks for a hint every time. You can't turn it off.
I want to be smart.
Well, I got it. Since you let me use your computer, I bought a game I was wanting to buy a week ago, and played it. I probably about 6 or 7 hours in it already.
Yes, I watched you play while I was playing Pokemon.
Yeah, it was Astroneer.
Which you talked about last week.
Yeah, I talked about it last week because I was interested in it, but I knew I wasn't going to be playing it. But I did purchase it. It's in early access. You're an astronaut on like running around on these little planets, and it's a survival game. It's also kind of a building game where you're collecting resources and manufacturing a base, but also it's about survival. And the two big things you need is just oxygen and energy. Energy is used, powers things, but also you need oxygen because to breathe. And it's a cool game.
Yeah, there's a lot of little things in it that I like.
There's a lot of little things about it I really like. It's early access. Yeah. I feel like I'm getting toward the peak of having tried everything it has to offer so far. I know I haven't.
You said you're 6-7 hours in?
6-7 hours in. I probably could get another 6 hours in it, and I feel like I've kind of done a lot of it. I've played around with a lot of the devices in the game. I know there's still planets I can go. I haven't done a lot of planet jumping yet because the first time, my first game, I was like, I can build a space shuttle. I'm gonna get on it, and I launched up into orbit, and then I landed, and then I launched back up into orbit, and then launched over. Oh, there's this little planet, which turned out to be a moon. And I landed on it, and didn't realize that I didn't have enough fuel
to get
back home, and I could not find any fuel on this planet.
Because
I was completely barren.
Barren.
I don't know if that's the name, but that's the type. And so I was unable, and I was ill-equipped to locate and find more fuel, and so I ended up stuck and had to start a new game, which I was thinking about doing anyway because I didn't know what I was doing the first game, and I was just kind of figuring things out, and so my base was a mess and not well organized, and I had a lot of problems, but so I started another one and built up a base and organized it a lot better, and at first I was playing with a controller. I was using a Steam controller, because it's on PC, it's also on Xbox.
Yeah.
I was playing with a Steam controller originally. It's on Xbox.
Xbox One.
And first I was using a Steam controller, which was okay, but it felt a little awkward. It felt like I was fighting it the whole time.
Yeah, I watched you play. You seemed to have, the controls were a little wonky sometimes.
But then when I switched to a keyboard and mouse, it smoothed it all out a lot. It feels like it's more built for a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
And so I was playing with that, and that made it a lot better. And it still gets a little jittery sometimes. The viewing distance isn't great. Sometimes things just load right in front of me. So it feels like an early access game in that point. Yeah, that respect.
Yeah.
But I really like it because you're kind of you start with a little habitat pod, and that's all, and then you build off of it to build your structures for building things, or you build a research deck to research things that you find on the planet, and that gives you access to build more things or other resources, and then you go around mining for resources with your big gun thing, vacuum gun thing that also shape the terrain around you, which is kind of cool. And, I've gone blank. I'm sorry.
Sickness, man.
I just, immediately thought of, I have a lot of pressure in my head, and then I completely forgot what I was talking about.
So you go around, you collect things.
You collect things.
You can shape the environment
around you. Can build up the earth and stuff with the gun. You can kind of, dig holes. Which is dangerous. I accidentally punched a hole and found a cavern that happened to be right under my base.
Yeah.
And fell into it, and I kept dropping I built a rover.
Yeah.
I built a rover train, as I call it. It's a rover with a couple of cars tied together, which is really cool. And one of them had a big crane on it with a drill head on it, which was really cool. But it fell through it's a little buggy because it's early access.
Yeah.
At one point, half of it just fell through the ground into this cave underneath my base.
Yeah.
And I spent 30 minutes trying to dig a tunnel and drive it out. And
I watched and laughed.
Yeah.
Because I was just I was over to the side playing Pokemon, and I would look up, and you were stuck in a hole, and then you're like, oh, shoot. And then you're trying to make a ramp out of the cave.
Yeah.
And then you kept having to widen it. And
yeah.
Just like,
so it can be a little awkward sometimes.
It was pretty funny.
It's a really good foundation. Well, then,
I'm blanking again.
Yeah, I don't know what my problem
Your brain's
is.
not working.
It's really cool because and I traveled to another planet later, more properly prepared, not betterly. What the fuck's wrong with me? More properly prepared, and I went to another planet that was
better,
and I landed on this planet and I explored it, and it was weird, and I was scared there, and I brought enough stuff to kind of get around with, but you're tied to whatever you start with your pod. Well, you have a little tether line that shows up that tells you where you're pulling like oxygen from.
Yeah.
So when you're standing near your base or your devices or your vehicle, you have a little blue beam that shows up that shows that you're pulling oxygen off of those things so you can breathe.
Yeah.
And
otherwise, you're working off your
if I walk
tank.
away, get too far away, I lose that line, and then I have a tank on my my backpack that I breathe from.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll run down fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Like within a few minutes. And so,
oh, really? Is that fast?
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
5 minutes, maybe?
It's probably 5 minutes, maybe.
Okay.
And then you're rushing back because you're going to suffocate.
Yeah.
And then you can build what's called tethers, which is really cool. And what you do is you make a whole bunch of them, and they're little stakes you can put down, and it extends that line that you have.
It creates a supply line.
Yeah, it makes supply lines that you can run off in the distance, and as long as you stay near it, you're getting oxygen from your base.
Yeah.
And it's really cool, the way it kind of keeps you tied to it.
Yeah.
And
probably
then later you get vehicles that you can pull oxygen from, and you can drive around and drive off and go off further. But I got lost a couple of times. You have to be careful.
I get a very The Martian.
In a lot of ways.
I get a very Martian vibe from it, where you're like
the Matt Damon movie.
Yeah, the Matt Damon movie and the book.
And the book. Yeah.
The not Matt
It's
Damon
a good book.
It's a good book.
It's a good
book. Good movie.
Good movie.
I get a very much like
Yeah,
that. You're on
it's
this
very
planet.
much like
you're
that.
very limited on what you have, and you got to.
There'll be storms.
Yeah.
Randomly, like dust storms that comes in, it slings a bunch of rock, which is to me the most deadliest thing. Like I've suffocated a couple of times, but most of the time I've been killed is because a rock hit me in the head and I died.
Which is pretty funny.
Yeah, it was just kind of funny. But my favorite thing about this game is there's no HUD. Or at least not in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
You don't have like a health bar or a hunger bar. Well, there's no hunger, but you don't have an oxygen bar. You don't have an energy bar. You don't have an inventory bar. It's all on your spacesuit. So like you have your spacesuit and you have a backpack. The top has a blue bar that shows your oxygen level.
Mm-hmm.
Down the middle of the backpack is a yellow bar that shows your energy level for your gun. And then you have your inventory is just attached to the backpack. They're just little attach points.
Yeah.
Which everything has. So you can that's how you store things, is by attaching it to it. Which also you can build like solar panel things. I can get a little solar panel that it has a little node where I can attach a solar panel to my backpack, and when the sun's out, it's charging my backpack, and I can charge my weapon. Or I can get close to one of my devices, and if it's generating energy, either through solar panels or wind turbines or whatever,
it'll add power.
It'll give me power. And everything needs that power, so you gotta have those little solar panels attached to it, and if everything's connected to each other, it'll distribute that energy a certain way. And it's really cool. And same with the rover. The rover needs a lot of power to run, so you gotta connect it to the your base, which took me a little while to figure out, and connect it to the base, and it charges it up. Yeah. Or you can use battery packs. You can get a little battery pack, and you attach it to it, and it'll charge it up. It's really cool. There's a lot of little pieces. It's awesome the way it's everything, and it makes sense. It's like a real space program. Everything's universal and able to connect with each other, and all the parts work that way.
Yeah.
But there's also things like you'll find like crashed satellites, and they have a big piece of solar panel sticking up. Well, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, you can go up and drive up and plug into that satellite and use the solar panel to charge stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really cool.
Watching you play it, I'm interested in the game. I'd like to play it. I like a lot of the mechanics.
The mechanics is really cool.
It really solid.
Sometimes the control's a little awkward.
Yeah.
Even with a keyboard and mouse.
It's
going to
really
get better. With a controller, it's super awkward. Yeah. Without the controller, it's better. So if you have a choice, I would say get it on PC and use keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's a fun-looking game.
It's
very
aesthetically,
colorful.
It looks like
it's
very
simple,
bright and colorful.
It's simple,
very simple,
but very bright and colorful.
And the simplicity of it makes it very beautiful.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
I like the mechanics. I like the building stuff. I like the tether line, the supply line. That's all really neat stuff. And I'm very excited. I'm very interested to see where this game goes.
It's a fantastic foundation for, like, they can build this game into something really amazing.
Yeah.
Like I kind of feel the way like about this game is the way I like when we played Minecraft the alpha. Like it was still a lot of fun. There wasn't a lot going on, but it was a lot of fun to play by it as it is. But you could see how they could expand it to become a truly amazing game,
much bigger thing.
Yeah, and grow into a cooler.
So
thing.
hopefully it'll do.
So yeah, I highly recommend it. It's $20, and like I said, if I get 10 hours out of it, that's plenty for what I paid for. And then I know when they update it, I will come back to it.
Yeah, I'm curious. Have you looked into how often they update it?
I haven't. I need to look into how often they update and what their plans are. I'm sure they've talked about what they want to achieve with that. I can easily see how it could grow. Mm-hmm. Right now there's like 5 or 6 planets I could see within range. Though I was working on building a bigger spaceship, so maybe I can go further. I'm not sure. But I did have a problem when I went to that one planet. Mm-hmm. It was all weird looking. It had a bunch of plants and scary things.
The exotic planet.
Yeah, and I went to come back, and based on this, I was like, I have plenty of fuel to go there and come back.
Yeah, well, and you did. You were prepared.
I was there. Well, then when I went to launch off, and I was in orbit around the planet, it shows your range, and the planets are constantly moving in the most bizarre, unscientific orbit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And so I was like, because of the way they're constantly moving, my home planet had moved just outside of range. If it hadn't moved, it would have stayed in range. But they were moving, so I sat there for probably 5 minutes, maybe more.
It was probably 10 minutes.
Almost 10 minutes, waiting for the planets to move back close enough for me to launch back and get home again.
Yeah, which was funny.
I almost landed back on the planet, but then I was worried I was going to get stuck again.
Yeah. I was trying to get you to go planet hopping.
Yeah.
And go, hey, just go to that planet. Just go over to that planet, and then you'll be able to hop to your planet.
Yeah, there was one planet I was moving a lot quicker, and it was passing between the two planets.
Yeah.
And you were trying to convince me to jump on it and then go on it, and I was like...
You were having none of it.
I was having none of it because I had already been stranded on one planet. I didn't want to jump to it and not have enough fuel.
I was like, where's your sense of adventure?
Well, yeah. But I like it. I'm enjoying it.
It's pretty cool.
If you like that kind of thing, I highly recommend it.
You want to get to some news? I don't have a lot of news. And honestly, if we just stopped now, I'd be fine. The news I have, I don't really care about.
Yeah. I noticed that Steam went down this week for a little
Apparently.
while. Yeah.
I missed that because I
think it was Friday. And I woke up and I was sitting in bed and I pulled up my phone and I couldn't get Steam to work. And I was like, oh, well, that's weird. And then I went and got on my computer, on my laptop, and I was like, what? I was browsing Facebook and stuff, and then I was like, oh, there's, the voting for the Steam Awards is going on right now.
Yeah.
And so, I need to go vote for that. And then I was like, and I pulled it up, and it was not working. It was down.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't happen often. And then so I was like, well, that's weird. And then a couple hours later, it was back up.
Speaking of the voting, yesterday was the test of time.
Yeah.
Or is it yesterday or today? I can't remember.
It was today.
Today, maybe. The test of time voting was happening.
Yeah.
And the game I picked when we were talking about our picks for the awards is one of those options. Terraria.
Oh, no. Today is just 5 more minutes. I forgot to vote yesterday. For a test of time.
Yeah, so yesterday was test of time, and it was, didn't I say Terraria on that one?
I think so, maybe.
I said Terraria.
I don't know. Someone else go look up the episode.
We need a third person.
Yes.
But yeah. So yeah. Test
so
of
Steam
time
Awards.
Terraria. Yeah, and I need to
every
vote
day
again today.
Different voting.
Which I kind of like, because they always have some kind of gimmick to get cards, whatever, to collect stuff. Mm-hmm. And... they always have that.
during their big sales, especially like the winter sales and the summer sales, they always.
I like this one better because you get a card for voting.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I like that. It's not. It used to even be like you buy stuff, you get cards, which I'm sure that's still
I
the
think
case.
it still does that too.
Yeah. But you get cards for voting, and that's cool. I like that. And that'll be happening till the January 2nd, I believe.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think the Steam sale goes to January 2nd. Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
The only news I want to talk about.
Okay.
The rest of it we may just go without.
Okay.
This is Overwatch news.
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Yeah.
So there's a character named Tracer. I'm unfamiliar with Overwatch.
Yes.
So, Tracer.
Yeah, she's
Character.
like the poster child for the show.
Yeah, very,
Yeah.
the up front and center
Yeah.
character of Overwatch.
Yeah.
On all the
marketing, and she's like on the cover of the box.
Yeah, and if you look at it on the download on Battle.net, there she is.
Yeah, and there was some big hubbub when the game was first coming out about her butt pose.
Her butt being on the deal.
Yeah,
which,
and
you know,
like whatever.
But
anyway, yeah, there's some news
development on her character.
Blizzard released a comic.
It was a Christmas comic, right?
Yeah, it was on a comic online, and apparently she's gay.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. And apparently some people, I don't care.
It's great.
Like, I think it's great. I think it's a cool thing. To me, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It really didn't matter. But
from a game standpoint, it doesn't matter.
From the game point of view, it doesn't matter.
From a diversity standpoint,
it's great. It's cool.
It's great.
I think it's awesome. That's cool. It's as far as story. I mean, because you don't really need to know the story to play the game anyway. I know nothing about any of the characters I play. But yeah, and so my responses was, I wasn't really surprised. It didn't seem like I come out of left field. I'm like, okay, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
And then I didn't, it didn't change anything. It didn't change my opinion of it. But apparently, some fans were disappointed because as a straight guy, because she, she's a lesbian, that they couldn't sleep with her. But I'm like, she's a digital character.
You can't.
She
sleep
doesn't exist.
It
was never going to happen. So why are you upset? You can still pretend.
You can have your fan fiction.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you are turning her.
Exactly. I mean, it doesn't.
That's stupid.
It's the whole thing. I was talking to Brob, and there's like, it's a fictional character. Why? It doesn't matter. Why? It's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
So.
It's one of those things where the fandom, fans of the deal will have their own fantasy of what they want the world to be.
I guess.
And it doesn't matter what comes out, good or bad.
Yeah.
They're going to be disappointed regardless because it didn't fit their weird little niche fantasy.
I guess.
That's the same thing with Star Wars, Star Trek, everything. Yeah. They're going to be the super fans that just aren't happy regardless.
Yeah.
So screw those people. I think it's great.
And
I don't really care.
You can still be attracted to somebody.
Whether they're lesbian or not.
Whether they are lesbian
I
or
have
not.
been attracted to many
lesbians. You have a track record.
I have a track
record of asking out.
I have asked out a couple of lesbians.
A couple of
and
lesbians.
Been politely rejected.
Yeah. Because you were ignorant.
I apparently am not good at telling these things.
And in both cases, you're like, oh, they're a lesbian. I was like, that seemed obvious.
I did not. I'm just terrible. But I'm not offended. That's great. I don't know how I should feel about that. I don't know if I should be upset or not. But whatever.
Yeah.
They were nice to me.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You can.
That is
you
really
can still
funny,
be attracted to them, and
you can be attracted to anybody.
No, you exist,
and you can be attracted to men and not be gay. You have no room to talk.
What?
With your buddy Graham. I love Graham.
What Graham and I have is special, but it is in no way sexual.
I didn't say it was. I said you can be attracted to somebody.
We are very affectionate. But
and that's what I'm saying. I am saying is an example of affection without gayness.
I
got you. You have no argument against this. You can be attracted to him without having to put...
I'm not attracted to him. Mm-hmm. I just enjoy his company.
That's a form of attraction.
Is it?
Yeah.
Graham's going to listen to this episode and go, this is really awkward.
Where two things come together. And I don't mean that in the way it sounds.
Yeah, that sounds really dirty. I don't think that's the definition you need.
I am not the person to talk to about this.
You need to work on your
delivery.
No, that's not the right word either. Anyway, but I don't think there's no mutual attraction between Graham and I.
There's
just
you
a
don't like each
strong
other?
friendship bond
Uh-huh.
of mutual respect and admiration.
Okay, we're gonna go back to some episode where you talk about Graham, and we'll play that, and then we'll see
I don't
what that.
know what you're talking about. There's nothing back there, nothing to worry about.
Nothing we need to go back and dig.
No,
up.
there's nothing. We don't even have to go look. There's nothing there.
Nothing.
No.
Okay. I don't even want to talk about any other news.
Okay.
There's some.
I'm sick, so
there's
if you want to call
some
it done,
add-ons coming. But you know what? Civ
there are
6
things you can pay more for.
Whatever. Go look it up yourself. It's Christmas. Who
I'm
cares?
sick.
Daniel's sick. We're done. We got almost an hour. Screw the news.
So, yeah. So,
And by screw the news, we didn't have that much anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't that much going on. So, you know,
You want me
happy
to-
holidays. You get off early.
You want me to do the outro since you're sick?
Yeah, do you know it?
No, you have to. I'll do it from memory. You correct me as I go.
Okay.
Thank you for listening.
Well, you gotta end with that. You can't start with that.
Oh. Okay.
You-
Well, how does it start?
I
Give me
start
the first.
with please.
Please. Please go to our website.
There you go.
Go to where you can find at the top of the page.
Yeah.
There's the link to our iTunes, where you can go and subscribe to our show if you haven't already. And then there's a link to our Facebook page, which you can go and like if you haven't already, which most of you haven't.
Yeah, assholes.
And then there's our email and Twitter. And then you can listen to all our episodes. They're there.
That was
And we
really
put-
good, except you forgot something.
What did I forget?
The website address.
Oh, the website, if you're still listening, is deafindumb.com. That's DEAFNDUMB.com.
Look at you.
I should do this every week.
Mm.
You can find, we put out new episodes on Monday at 7 a.m.
Oh, is it 7 a.m.?
7 a.m.?
I don't know. I just know it's
That's
Monday
when
morning.
it goes live. So
7 a.m. Central Time?
You didn't know the time?
No.
Yeah.
I don't listen to the show.
I don't blame you.
So-
Yeah, 7 a.m. on Monday morning is when it goes out. I don't know when it actually gets on iTunes and all that. I think it does at 7 a.m. as well. So check that out.
Yeah, we'll keep on doing it.
Like us on Facebook. We'll keep doing it. We're never going to stop.
Well, I assume time will make us liars of that.
Well, you know.
I mean, I feel like death today. So,
It could be around the corner. That's what you're getting for Christmas.
for Christmas, you get death.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All the stuff.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
Whatever you do.
Whatever you
we
do.
don't care.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus for the rest of us.
We do not discriminate.
We will air our grievances.
Whatever we do that every week.
I do that nonstop.
Why do it just once
Why
a
wait?
year?
Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much for listening.
I'm Dan May.
And I'm Dudley May, and this has been
Deaf and Dumb!